Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Keeping Up with April. And that would be me. I'm so glad to be back with you today. And I have an amazing topic to talk about today. And I want to do something a little different today. Although we have questions, about this amazing topic because it is amazing and it's about competition. But opposed to answering the questions, I really kind of just want to talk about competition, and I kind of want to use my own experiences with it. Maybe my own experiences about it. So, you guys let me know which one you like the best, or maybe we can do a little bit of both. But I'm trying to get my feet wet. Well, my prosthetic wet. I'm trying to, figure out what's best and what works best. So please feel free to send me your comments and let me know which one you like the best. And that we'll go from there. All right. So let's talk about competition. Competition, the pros and the cons of competition, because there are things that are very positive about being competitive, and there are things that can be very negative about being competitive. So the best way to start this off, with me is all of the competitiveness that I experienced, basically kind of in the workplace. And I'm sure I experienced, competitiveness in, school and stuff like that, but you can kind of give, children a break when you're in school about things because maybe they just hadn't gotten enough information to know that there's no need to compete unless, it's a positive competition, all right? And in the workplace, I am a hairstylist. I'll be a hairstylist until the day I die. Although I don't have hands to physically do hair, I would always be a hairstylist, and I would always be the gatekeeper who have all of the secrets, because the hairstylist is truly the gatekeeper who keeps the secrets of every person that sits in their chair. So trust me, I'm definitely qualified to know about competition because I've heard it on every level, and I've also experienced it on every level. And I really don't, want to say this, but I know God left me here, or the universe left me here, or my purpose here is to be honest and to be true. And I must truly say that my biggest competitors have always been other black women. And the thing that I don't quite understand about competitiveness is, first of all, what are we competing for if we're not playing some form of a game or we're not playing some sport? I never understood what we were competing for, and I never understood why people don't let you in on the fact that they're competing with you. So maybe you can just kindly say, I don't want to play. I don't want to compete. I'd rather live and be my individual self and not compete. But unfortunately, it's drastic out there when it comes to competition, because I have walked into a salon, my own salon, and when I worked in other salons, and people can actually give you this energy of competition. Maybe you walk in and they'll have your same hairstyle. Not that anyone owns a hairstyle, but it's just that you can always kind of tell when somebody is directly competing with you, because they'll try to do things that you do. I'll never forget this one young lady that I used to work with. We're no longer friends anymore, but I used to work with her, and we were really great friends at the time. And I remember her telling me that she went to the bank one day, and she said, I was in the bank, and everybody was treating me just like they treat you. And I was just you for a moment. And I just looked at her, and it was so strange to me, because I was looking at her saying, if you were imitating me, who was in the bank being you? So that's the part that we don't understand about competition, is that while you're trying to compete and be like somebody else, or have something that you think somebody else have that would make you better, remember that you also have a life going on too. You also have things to do too. So sometimes if you get so consumed on looking at someone else's life and competing with that so that can somehow make you feel better, that's going to really, really, really lead to a very empty life. And it's truly going to lead to friendship issues, because for the most part, none of us want to be competed against, especially, in the workplace, especially when we're not competing for anything, when we're all just showing up, to do our job. And basically that's the truth. And I was thinking the other day, I was asking myself, why do we compete against each other? And I really believe that stems from not feeling validated or feeling enough in yourself, that you look out in someone else's life. The old people used to always say the grass looked greener on the other side. So you look over in this green grass and you say, I want that. Even though you ain't paid no dues for that. You don't even know if that grass is really green. You don't even know if that's hay with food coloring all over. You just have no idea. But people can still be caught in this spiral of, I want that. Why I can't have that? Why didn't that happen to me? And and the reason why it's not happening to you, because if you're caught up living someone else's experience and competing against them, then you're not there to live your own. So just imagine if you took the time that it takes to compete against someone just because you want to prove that you're better or they're not good enough. That's going to be a very stressful life, because there's going to always be somebody good, bad, or indifferent. Always. That's never going to stop, because that's just the way the world rolls. So we have to really remember that while we're looking at other people and thinking about, why she got this and why can she do this and where she came from and how did she get a platform, blah, 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 blah. Take that same energy and put it into yourself. Put it into your dreams. Put it into your visions. Put it into your children. And there are truly pros and cons to competition, because competition is truly something that is also needed, because but it has to be used in its right place. I mean, like, you see competition on the football fields. You see competition on the basketball court. You see competition when cheerleaders are auditioning for a cheerleader spot. You see competition, in the workplace. You see competition everywhere, and those are normally called friendly competitions. But they ain't always friendly, though. But those are normally called friendly competitions. And those competitions are designed because sometimes we don't even know what we're capable of doing, if it's possible for us to do it, until sometimes we see someone else do it. And that's a perfect example I can use for my life. I wanted to live alone, and everyone was telling me that it was impossible, and I just couldn't do it, and it was going to be too hard, it was going to take too long, I wasn't going to be able to afford it, yada, 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 yada. And God would have it that I met a quad amputee that had been a quad for the last 25 years. Hey, Helen Lindsay. And after speaking with her on the phone, and this young lady told me that she lives alone. She drives her own car. She even laid her own ceramic tile. So that let me know that I can totally live alone. I can totally drive my own car. I can totally, maybe not lay my own tile. But that, opposed to looking at somebody and saying, well, why is she doing this? And I'm going to, compete with her, and I want what she has. It's not about that. It's about being able to look at your brother so they can remind you that you can do it too, punch an hour 47. You can do it too, punch an hour 48. Yeah, and that's the friendly part of competition, is just another human being showing you what can be possible and what is possible for you. Yeah, and that's the friendly, part of it. Yes. Thank you so much for keeping up with April, and thank you so much for following me on this vlog. I'll be back, and my next vlog will be on faith. Faith, faith, something that I have been using all my life and something that I will continue to use, and thank God for it. And I'll see you on my next vlog, and thank you so much for keeping up with April. And remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. And remember too, it's never going to show up how you think it should look. It won't. Because if it shows up the way you think it should look, you don't need any faith for it. You can just do it. All right? Have a great day, and thanks a lot. Peace out.